All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
I need to have another one of these.
Amen, amen.
Gee.
This is way over the edge. Like we it's not even over the edge. We died already.
This is beyond the event horizon. Like we about to hit the vortex.
Yeah, we about to hit the vortex.
Yeah.
How you die does not redeem how you lived. You do not become a hero in your death when you are a weapon of the enemy in your life.
Well, negotiations, right? Politics.
And we're out of time. So you.
Hey, y'all, Gravity. Any evening above ground living. I hope you had a fantastic Wednesday. You know it's Wednesday. Couldn't miss out on Wednesday. You know you got to go out and hump something. All right. So breaking news happened a few hours ago. Maybe like an hour ago. The U.S. House of Representatives said that Trump's tariffs on Canada are no good, and they have voted to strike it down. Now, these tariffs were lobbied last year in the wake of Carney winning and, Canada saying, you know what? You want to put tariffs on us? We're going to put tariffs on you. Canada has been doing deals with BRICS nations. Trump don't like it, even though he's looking to get out of the USMCA. And I hope this shows everybody the things I've been saying for the last 3 years. Well, we'll go more 18 months. One, he doesn't know how to navigate this post-pandemic world. And two, he being back is not good for business. Them folk over there don't want him there. So we're going to take a look at what happened with Congress. We're also going to look at some other things that came down the pike. And we're also going to look at, before we go, BRICS. and see how they react, because them Asian markets finna hit tomorrow, boys. So if you got some extra income, I would go look in European and Asian markets. But before we go into all that, let's see who's in the building. Wild J, hello. Reparations Nation, hello. Neiman Lucas, hello. SD Johnson, hello. Miss Nisi, hello. And that's it. So and Lehman Lucas, hello. For those who haven't said anything in the live chat or the comments, hello. So let's do the customary house cleaning and get into this.
Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern.
All right, them fools over there at the BBC, they said, we need to take a look at this. So as you could see here, let me back it up a little bit. As you can see here, I know the screen's a little messed up, so we'll take that off for now. So as you can see, it says the U.S. House votes to overturn Trump's tariffs on Canada. And some African wrote this, but you know, it is what it is. The U.S. House of Representatives has voted to rescind U.S. President Donald Trump's tariffs on Canadian goods. And in 219 to 211 votes, 6 Republican lawmakers joined Democrats to back a resolution that seeks to end the tariffs Trump imposed on Canada last year. The vote is largely symbolic, as it will still need to be approved by the U.S. Senate and then approved by Trump, who is very unlikely to sign it into law. Since his re-election, Donald Trump has imposed a series of tariffs on Canada, recently threatening 100% import tax in response to Canada's proposed trade deal with China. As the vote was taking place on the House floor, Trump posted on Truth Social, any Republican in the House or Senate that votes against tariffs will seriously suffer the consequences come election time. Now, this man is really still trying to make himself a kingmaker or a queen maker. Sir, you have endorsed candidates in the past, and it has not worked. They have been getting beat to hell. Perfect example, the dude down in Miami who lost to the liberal. I think you need to stop. But okay. Tariffs have given us economic and national security, and no Republican should be responsible for destroying this privilege, he added. The vote came after U.S. House Speaker Mike Johnson, a Trump ally in Congress, unsuccessfully tried to block discussion on the chamber's floor by lawmakers on Trump's tariffs. With Republicans holding the thin majority in the U.S. House, the 6 Republican defections, along with a united front from Democrats, was enough to secure the votes. The measure had been introduced by Democrat Gregory Meeks, scumbag, who said that Trump had weaponized tariffs against allies and destabilized the global economy. Not only have these tariffs done immense harm to our relationship with Canada, pushing them closer to China, they have driven up prices here at home, he said before the vote. Representative Dan Bacon from Nebraska was one of the 6 Republicans who crossed the aisle to join Democrats in improving the measure. Before the vote, he said tariffs have been a net negative for the economy and a significant tax that American consumers, manufacturers, and farmers are paying. And he had to bail out them farmers, remember, but okay. The bill now heads to the U.S. Senate, where Republicans also hold the majority. Even if it cleared that hurdle, it's unlikely to be signed into law. Separately, Trump's tariffs are also facing legal scrutiny, as the U.S. Supreme Court is set to rule soon on a case questioning the president's legal authority to impose the levies. Meeks, the top Democrat on the U.S. Foreign Affairs Committee, said the measure on Canada is the first of several bills he plans to introduce that aim to roll back Trump's signature trade action. Our fight doesn't stop here, he said in a video posted online before the vote. I have resolutions also to end Trump's tariffs on Mexico, on Brazil, on his Liberation Day global tariffs. So, is this true? They say James Vanderbeek died. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. They say Dawson died. That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, we look at that another time. No, I'm not subscribing to the BBC. They cost too much. Anyway, so yeah. Fun times, right? Then this came out. And it's just funny that this came out hours before the vote. Trump tariffs predicted to cost American families $1,300 in 2026. After they have estimated it cost us $1,000 last year. It's almost like when you add cost to something that's going to make us spend more. This is what they told us. Why only Canada? Because, J-Dub, we get a lot of things from Canada. Cars, lumber, steel. We'll go over it again. We've done this a couple times, but we'll go over it again. But that's a very good question. And I've told the family this on a number of occasions. If you ever want to know what we get from other countries, it's very easy to find out. What's his name? Justin Trudeau, before he left, he said $156 billion worth of commerce goes to the U.S. from Canada, and Trump was playing with that. So this is from 2024. Oil, they have pipelines. Now, you know how he loved to tell you, drill, baby, drill, right? He loved telling everybody and their mama. Okay, sir. That's fine. Drill, baby, drill. Here's the problem. We don't get that kind of, what do you call it? We don't have enough here to drill. Let's just call it like that. So we get that. Sorry. This tab. 2 cars. $28 billion worth of cars. Processed petroleum oils. So it's already refined oil. So steels, plastics, Vaseline, things like that. You get what? The wax that they put on our food. Yeah. That's some of it comes from Canada. Automobile parts and accessories. For those who wonder why parts are so expensive, yes, a lot of parts come from Canada. They also come from Mexico. They also come from the Caribbean, specifically Jamaica. Yes, that's why auto parts have been so expensive the last, I want to say, 6 years. Petroleum gases. So that's some natural gases. I know for folk who have been looking at their bills and saw that their gas bill went up. Yeah, there you go. Aluminum unwrought, meaning it hasn't been finished. Almost $8 billion worth of aluminum. Trucks, your tractor trailers. Yes, we get those from Canada. Aircraft, yes. A lot of aircraft is transported in pieces to the U.S. and built here. Turbojets, yes. Sawn wood. So that starts the lumber. Bread, biscuits, cakes, pastries. Oh, yes, y'all. Some of y'all love y'all's Tim Hortons, but we're not going to go there today. What's up, Tori? There you go. Gold unwrought. They love telling you gold's going up. Medications. Now, this is what Trump is on now. You're gonna pay less for medications if I have my way. All right, okay. Oils, cooking oils. Yes. Ethylene polymers. Oh, yes. Start building some stuff. Fertilizers. Ukraine be tapping. So they said, we're going to go to Canada. Yeah, Canada said, we're going to tap you. $3.1 billion. Miscellaneous furniture, other precious metals. Chocolate. Ghana was taxing everybody. They said, all right, we're going to go to Canada and get this. We're going to go through Canada to get chocolate. I wouldn't be surprised if Hershey makes some of their chocolate up there and sends it down here and makes you pay the tax. Here's one. Fresh or chilled beef. Oh, yeah, that Canadian beef hit different. Even the avocado oil, I ain't sure. Let me see. We could look that up. Let's see. Canada exports avocado oil. Wouldn't surprise me if they did. Let me look. Avocado oil experts from World. Okay, let's see. Who got the plug? Okay, so Kenya to Spain. No, we're not gonna. Yeah, Canada's not on this list. U.S. avocado oil exports, maybe they do. Let's see how much they got. One on that list. Oh, page don't work. Let's see. That I got to pay to get to look at that. Yeah, we good. So it looks like they kind of do. So they said Canada's on the way up. Started going up. So they said by 2031 they should be rocking. Okay. Maybe them in Congress want to be healthy. Who knows? All right. So you know where we got to go next. So here's Representative Don Bacon. We read about him in the article. This is why Congress needs to debate tariffs. So I'm guessing this was today. This is from Daily Wire. President Trump says he raised tariffs on Switzerland because he didn't like the way the PM talked to him on the phone. And they put a crying, laughing emoji. I didn't really like the way she talked to us. So instead of giving her a reduction, I raised her to 39%. Okay. All right. He think he a big shot. He over here trying to be a baron. Okay. I see why you named your son that. Okay. Well, let's do some learning tonight. Let's see what they give us. They say we're getting $98.4 billion in imports from them. So almost $100 million. So let's see. So in 2024, we exported about $25 billion to them. And it looked like they ain't giving us much. All right, let's look up imports. So in 2024, we imported $31.7 billion worth of Swiss product. Let's see if we can find what they give us. Where is it? I guess we could just use this. All right. And do y'all see what's number one? There you go. Pharmaceutical products. Pharmaceutical product.
This is how real it is to The Rock. Chills. This is how real it is to The Rock.
And that's the majority. So that could be anything. That could be medicines. That could be Q-tips. That could be anything. That could even be the ingredients to make said drugs. And he over here, just because the female did not talk to him correctly in his estimation, he gonna raise tariffs. And MAGA gonna tell you they voted for this. Okay. By the way, the Daily Wire and Don Bacon, I'm guessing, took this down. Well, Don Bacon just quote tweeted it. Daily Wire took it down. They were celebrating earlier today about the 130,000 jobs that came in January. But they seem to forget that it was in the same industries again: healthcare, social services, and The third one, I'm blanking on. But yeah, everything else was down. See? What did I tell you? Did we not tell you this months ago? I want everybody in the room to take a screenshot of this. Told y'all though. We told them trolls that he was going to pull this. He was looking for a way to get out of the USMCA. There you go. Trump privately weighs USMCA withdrawal ahead of 2026 review. Huh. It's funny. We were sitting in the car that day of my wife's birthday, and I said, he's looking for a way to get out of that USMCA. I said it months later. I kept saying it. There you go. This was his whole plan. That Board of Peace grift. He really think he finna save us some money. No, the UN is gonna close up. We know why you don't want the UN there. Because the UN could invoke Article 6 and kick you off the Security Council, which lessens your power on the world stage. We know this. To spite the world, he's going to screw us up. Hey, dingbat at 1600. You think the rest of the world cares? They don't. They're making money. Y'all can laugh at China all you want, how their economy is in this sudden free fall. Hey, stupid. They're never going to break because they have their money placed all over the earth. They have their money and their hooks in the Caribbean. They have it in Africa. They have it in Australia. They have it all over Asia. They have it in Europe. They have it now in Canada and Mexico. They don't care. They could collapse on Tuesday and be back working by Friday. If we collapse, we're not getting out of it till 2036. Because we produce nothing here. And the little we do produce, they don't want it. They wouldn't even take the beef. They wouldn't take the pork. And you know how China loves pork. They wouldn't even take it. If they're not going to take something that minuscule, what makes you think our premium product like steel and all that, why would China take that when they could just go to the desert and get it? While the Saudis and the Qataris and the King of Jordan and them sitting there kissing Trump's ass, taking our money and giving it to China and giving them less of a percentage on payment for the same goddamn oil. Interesting. But of course, y'all don't care about that. Why? Because two countries that we border want to do business to keep their citizens alive and fed. Okay. Let me guess. He's going to blame Biden for this. He's going to blame Kamami for this. Here's the vote. There's the vote.
On this vote, the yeas are 214, the nays are 217. The resolution is not adopted.
That motherfucker. That chick in the back, she just yelled, boy. She knew what time it was. Oh man. They don't listen, bro. But then again, why should you listen? You elected a CRIMINAL to the highest seat in the land. Why should people listen to people that have reasoning? Hey, MAGA, you elected a criminal. So guess what? When the liberals flip it on you and they go and get a likable criminal elected, I don't want to hear nothing. Hush your mouths. I don't want to hear about their felonies. I don't. Your boy Trump set the standard, 34 counts. You might as well vote for a murderer. Hey, lefties, you might as well go sit there and brainwash Scott Peterson, get him out of jail, and make him run president. Now, you may not get a lot of the women vote, but hey, all you have to say is Trump got in. Why not him? Trump can't pick people for his cabinet correctly. They want Pam Bondi's head on a stick. They can't even get an agenda on a cultural tip to pass. But y'all expected this man to do economic policy after the pandemic. MAGA, I hope you have realized, but you won't, how dumb you are. You're dumb. That's why he said he loves his base. His base is stupid. Go ahead and tell us about the Uniparty. Well, you dickheads, in 2024, November 5th, y'all voted them back in. Yeah, yes, you did. Yes, you red hat wearing fool. Yes, we're going to talk about that. Not now. We may do it tomorrow. That's y'all. So guess what? I don't want to hear nothing about no George Floyd. I don't want to hear anything about Mr. Horton. I think I said his last name right. The dude who off the cop. I don't want to hear nothing. Hey, MAGA. I don't want to hear nothing about nobody over there on your side talking about somehow the left be killing people for their political opinions. There you go. That man shot his blood because she said she don't like what Trump doing. There you go. There, I hope y'all realize in the month of February in 2026, that's the epitome of MAGA right there. You offed your daughter because she had a disagreement over Trump. Y'all ready to go yell at him off because we showed you that his movements are not good. This is what y'all voted for. Y'all voted for destruction. Oh my God. Look, they was so happy. And then they said, okay, we'll pass the SAVE Act. So we'll make voting a little bit stricter. Great. And the motherfuckers that y'all voted for this just said that we not supposed to make no money. And when I say we ain't making no money, I'm talking about them. Because they're expecting us to pay them. Oh, God. Start investing internationally. I understand this is a Black American home. I understand that. You're going to have to get some money because we know we're the smart ones, the Black Americans and the melanated Black immigrants, and those from a melanated Black immigrant past and lineage that are on code. We already understand what's going on. Them fools want this to become Europe. It seems like Black Americans are the only people and the melanated immigrants on code. They're the only ones that want this to be America and be a new version of America. This Euro trash that they trying to show you over here, this is what they care about. And their children are going to have to pay for it. They're going to be the new boomers. Benny Johnson and them. They're not setting up their kids for success. They're setting them up to be Asia's bitch. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be Asia's bitch. But anyway, y'all, I'm sure we'll all figure it out. Not with them, because they're just going to take the idea and pervert it and put us way down the aisle. We're going to the front. Nine months. Hell of a decision to make. I'm not saying to put Democrats in because we already know what's going to happen. They're going to put some sad ass excuses of candidates in front of us and tell us, hey, you know what? It's that muff. He better than that muff. So you got to vote for him. You ain't got nothing to lose. No, we got to scrutinize everybody. 36 weeks. Everybody got to get scrutinized. Everybody. I don't care if you say, I hate black tar. We're not voting for you. If you do not have an economic plan that is going to benefit Black America, we don't want you. If you do not have an economic plan that is going to have these nations invest in this country, I don't want to hear it. If you do not have an economic plan that is going to empower the people to build and bring back small businesses and rebuild this middle class, I don't want to hear from you. I don't give a fuck if you're down there in Texas, that parish, what's that broad's name? That idiot that all these white MAGA idiots are putting up there. She got glasses. She down there in Texas talking about something. She not no Democrat no more. All you doing online is trying to thirst trap a bunch of white conservatives to pay for your campaign. You ain't hitting on shit. Her live is coming next week. All they do now is come outside and yell MAGA and say something about some goddamn liberals, and then idiots come in there and they just like, yay. All the while you're watching all these other countries move on and get better, and our children are gonna have to suffer because they don't want to put in no work. Then when we put in the work, they try to belittle our work. Then all of a sudden their news media come outside and praise the work. Then they say, okay, we can't have that. Take down the work. Take down the historical context. Then I got to go sit up here and do these lies and show you, see what happens when you don't listen to black folks. You know, the people that are in tune with nature. Again, all of us told you this was going to happen. You didn't want to listen. Okay, good. You didn't want to listen. Now you're suffering. My people ain't suffering. Yeah, it's tough out here, but they adjusted. You're listening to multimillionaires over there on the right tell you how bad the country is, yet they could lock their gates. They claim they got guns. They got ring alarms, which I'm waiting for the day those Ring alarm videos get taken from the cloud and put all over the internet. We see everything going on there. We're going to see them beating on their kids, beating on their wives and husbands, doing extracurricular stuff. Everybody in there cheating on each other, the drug use, everything, the threatening of guns all over the place, shooting animals for no reason, doing animals for no reason. Well, there's a reason, but you know, we're going to be nice with YouTube. Yeah, can't wait for those because they want to test technology and they want to praise it because Trump said so. But here we go. Trump's economy sucks. Not bad for picking somebody with 77 million votes. Not bad. Biden sucks too. Just for those who heard me say that and think I was praising him. He's a piece of shit too. Kamami's a piece of shit too. Obama was a piece of shit too. Fucked us up. W fucked us up. He set him, Cheney, Halliburton, the Carlisle group, Bilderberg, all of them set us up for failure. And Trump is just sitting here setting us up for Asia and BRICS. But that's okay. That's okay. Because he could put out a monkey meme on a black man and his wife, and that's okay. Because you got assholes defending it. Well, assholes, when they cut your income off, let's see how much you're going to defend. But anyway, y'all, I'm just rambling. So hopefully you learned something. If you did a dumb job, if not, I try to be better next time. What a jerk. Anyway, if I don't see y'all tomorrow or whatever, because I got things to do because it's Valentine's Day weekend, you know, gotta get ready for work and, you know, life. We'll see you next week. Unless something really comes outside and we gotta talk about it. But yeah. She stole my juice. I gotta go get my cure. Okay. Anyway, y'all take care, stay safe, and you know what to do when the agents of chaos come to mess up your existence.
Oh, here it goes!
Time's up.
Get your ass up! We gotta get out of here now!
But did we have a good time here? Hello?
Gotta get your groove on!
At the end of the day gotta end.
That's it.